All right, we'll begin here with Joey Davis momentarily. If you have a question for him, please press the raise hand button at the bottom of your screen. All right, we are now being joined by Joey Davis. We'll begin with a few questions from our media joining us virtually today. Steve Jewin, your line is now live.
Joey, it's Steve Jewin from MMA Mania. Thank you, as always, for the time. And I wanted to first ask you about the comments we heard earlier from Bobby Lee. He was walking a very fine line, I would say, between being complimentary and noting your great wrestling pedigree, but also saying that Bellator had protected you in being undefeated in 7-0. So do you feel there's any disrespect there?
Nah, he's speaking what he thinks is on his mind, and what he heard through the grapevine. But I mean, he is an MMA fighter, and he has to be who he has to be. So I don't think he was rude at all.
One other point that he brought up was that he thinks he's learned more from his losses and they've made him a better fighter, and you've never had to go through that kind of adversity in your professional career. But what would you say to that?
I mean, that's a very good statement of him. A lot of athletes say that they learn from their losses, but you can learn from a lot in life. You don't have to always take a L. You can learn from winning as well. So, tuning up on your skills, watching film, watching your role models, watching, people who've done it before you. So, I mean, but I'm sure he probably, have learned a lot from his losses.
Well, I guess that would be the last one from me then is, did you study film on him, especially that last fight he had with Michael Hill?
What was that again?
I was just wondering, since you mentioned film, if you had seen any film like his last fight with Michael Hill and picked up anything from that.
Um, I haven't watched any of his films about Michael Hill. No. But from I watched little clips of his like little highlights and stuff like that, and but as for the most part, I'm ready just to showcase my talent, and I just know that he was a CFF champ, an organization that he came from, so that already sparked the plug in me. Is that he has a good revenue there. I have a good revenue with Bellator so far, so it's just going to be a heck of a show.
All right. Well, it'll open the show on Thursday, and we're looking forward to it. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Matthew Allen.
Hi, Joey. Matthew Allen of Fight Night Picks. Real quick, based on your last opponent, or not your last opponent, based on your upcoming opponent, Bobby Lee, he had said that after this fight, if he is victorious on Thursday, he'd like to start calling out, some of the bigger names in the division. Michael Venom Page was the name that he brought up. Is that something that you have in mind too? That if you do win on Thursday, you do kind of want to start getting some of those bigger fish in the 170 pond?
I have other things on my mind right now, but um, that'll eventually be down the road. But right now, I'm worrying about just getting into my own house, getting some real estate, um, you know, experiencing life a little more, traveling, celebrating all the things that I have accomplished. Because what's going on right now, you never know what you have to do tomorrow. You never know what's going to happen. So that's my main focus.
And last thing for me, being a team body shop guy, how does it feel having other guys from your camp around in fight week?
It's such a great thing to have. We're all young. I just made a post, on my Instagram, with us on there, me, Kimbo, and AJ. We grind together, we shine together, and body shot for life. So, I live by that, and it's just a great thing to have.
Awesome. Thank you, Joey. Best luck on Thursday.
Thank you.
All right, Donna.
Hi, Joey. How's it going?
Hey, what's up, man?
Not too much. You mentioned that you had some other stuff on your mind. Could you expand a bit on what exactly you meant by that?
Just experiencing life. I want to do a lot more traveling. There's more things that I want to do. for my little sister, making sure that she understands that you got to work for everything in life. Um, you know, there's things that I still need to learn in life. Fighting isn't everything. But for the meantime, it's war right now. So that's all my main focus on. I focus on the moment, and and that's all I can handle. And that's what I'm ready. That's what I'm going to be ready for on Thursday, November 19th. Is just ready for war.
In terms of the moment, this is a pretty big one for you coming up on Thursday. If you win, it's going to be a massive audience watching you on television on CBS. Of course, you're known to have some spectacular wins in your resume. What does a win on Thursday night do for you, even outside of the cage, like in what you were talking about?
A win for me is just showing that all the hard work paid off, and that's what it's mostly about. It's been a long journey, and this going to be my fourth, 4.5 year in Bellator. So, I'm moving on up, and it's just another stepping stone and another opponent in the way.
You've been in there in training with AJ McKee, of course. What's going to happen in the main event, do you think?
Oh, I think that Bellator is going to be very shocked by what AJ does. It's just going to be a remarkable performance. I'm friends of both of them. I've been knowing AJ since everybody knows a long time, and also been knowing Darian since in the wrestling world and since I was like in 10th grade. So, and I'm just looking forward to it myself, and that's what it's all about. You know what I mean? It's just laying it all out there, and I'm pretty sure those two are gonna do it.
Thank you, man.
Lenny March.
Hi, Joey. How are you? Can you hear me?
Oh yeah, how you doing?
Yeah, I'm good. Thank you. How about you?
I'm doing great.
Great. Glad to hear. Yeah, just the one question from me. So you're 7-0 in your pro MMA career, and all them fights came under the Bellator the banner. 5 of them fights you actually finished. Are you looking to make that 6 this Thursday?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm here to put on a spectacular performance. I want to put on something that Bellator hasn't seen before from me. You know, laying it all out there, and I'm really pushing my cardio. I feel like that's something I've been working on for a long time, and now it's time to let that fly.
Yeah, perfect. Good luck this Thursday.
Thank you.
All right, Joey, thank you very much for the time today, and good luck the rest of the week.
Oh, thank you, guys.